We're gonna talk about your man Lil Vision Vert.
Oh, we got to.
I think it's related.
It's definitely related. It's definitely related. Oh man.
Because that boy put a whole infinity stone in his forehead. Like, I just have so many questions outside of like, why did you spend 24 on a pink diamond? Because I think it's a really nice stone.
Right.
I don't think it's going to retain its value, but I think it being in his forehead adds more value. Like, it makes it an interesting art piece.
Sure.
Yeah, but as soon as it's out, is it still the art piece?
Yeah, because now it's Jimi Hendrix guitar.
Right.
But is what I'm saying. Like, is the stone that once sat inside Uzi Vert's forehead?
Oh yeah, just not to us, but oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna put it like
it's like Lil B. I could get two shits about Lil B, but don't
talk about Bass God like that.
See?
I was gonna say I was just listening to Lil B the other day.
See, this is what
I was just playing Bass Legend.
Asking for curses. I don't even know.
Ambush,
we live together. Could you get better?
I thought you wanted to succeed, Ambush. What are you doing?
I thought you wanted the in-ground pool. Like, here you go, talking shit about Bass God. My word.
So, all right, imagine you were a West Coast hip hop fan, and you could buy Suge's red suit from the magazine cover, right? You might say, like, all right, really, how much is that worth? It's worth a lot more than a red suit on a former NFL player. Otherwise,
Facts.
If I was like, all right, here's Ricky Waters' red suit, you would have to I would have to pay you to take it.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna first tell me who that is, and then
he was an Eagles and Seahawks running back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in the day, but yeah, like just somebody's red suit from the '90s isn't really like Yeah, but like Tupac's bandana worth some money. Now imagine if his bandana retail was $24 million. It's gonna retain some, you know what I mean? It's gonna retain like some value to it. So it's like
the retail value, $44 million roughly, give or take. I mean, I hear you.
He put that joint on layaway.
It's a new blood diamond.
Yeah, he was paying for it since 2017.
It's 21.
Here's the thing.
But you're telling me right now that it took him 5 years to spend $24 million?
I think that was responsible.
I do too. I'm just saying
because the other, he said that's not all of his money, but if he could to afford 24 million on this stone, he had to be putting away money for years.
I mean,
so it sounds like he's making
how much he put down.
Right. So, what was the deposit?
The stone had to exist. Right.
Right.
And so, I mean, how does layaway normally work? Like, he put like 20% on from the rip?
I don't know.
And then every month would come down?
Right.
You know what's funny? Ambush should know. Ambush was my layaway man.
Oh, shit.
When I bought my first set of turntables.
For sure.
I got them from Armand's, and they had them, and I said, wait, $500 for a pair of Techs? Here's $150. Hold that, and let me
go get the
rest.
Yeah. Yes. So the math of that is like 4.8 million each year.
Uzi got that.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, Uzi got that.
That's not even $500,000 a month. And at this point,
only $500,000 a month.
Okay,
back when he was doing shows and
his show money,
festivals heavy, right?
His show money had to already be $100K,
right?
Easily, right?
Right.
Just think of his streaming revenue. I know, label and the whole deal, but like Uzi could put down 100,000 a week.
Yeah,
if that's really what we're talking about. So. All right.
That's fucking wild, though. Still.
Yeah.
Wild.
I feel like you got to pick either the car collection or like the Infinity Stones.
You know what? You got it. We're taking all of our own material from the show, so let's.
I'm including this. I'm including this. We got
to figure out a better name though. Like, it's like the Bull Stone. It's like the Soul Stone, and just like because that's like I don't.
It's definitely the Bull Stone.
It's the Bull Stone.
What's it to talk about? That's it.
There's nothing else. It's definitely the Bull Stone. What you mean?
Because you get that in your forehead. You are that bull.
You are the bull. You are that bull. No, you're that bull.
That's you.
Wow. Lil Vision Vert with the Bull Stone. Okay.
Vision Vert with.
Oh man, the Philly Avengers. The Philly Avengers would be a wild team. Like very much
we can't have the Philly Avengers.
No, it's like Suicide Squad energy.
Yep.
Like, they're
they're
like
it's definitely anti-hero shit.
We're like the bad cousins.
1,000.
Like, you sure you need them?
Yeah, I don't know if we should.
Send the West Coast Avengers.
Yeah, send the West Coast Avengers. Before you send the Philly Avengers.
We definitely would pull up on dirt bikes.
Bruh. I am so mad.
Oh, man.
Facts. Oh, God. Okay.
The travel suits during Endgame definitely would have been Dickies.
All day. Or state property.
Yeah.
Put them in the old SP Johns. Yeah.
Yeah. The Infinity Gauntlet is state property. It's not gold, it's corduroy. It's just like it's like heavy canvas. It's a heavy canvas Infinity Gauntlet with a Aki watch on. Like
with an Aki watch on.
No, the bottom is a fake Gucci belt. That's how it's tightened.
Yo.
Oh shit. All right.
Okay, well, so you said you're gonna have all of that. You'll keep it.
Wait.
Yeah.
All right. So Ambush, when we get in the comic drawing, the Philly Avenger.
Philly Avengers.
Come on, man.
Listen.
Yeah, we need that comic drawing. You know the guy.
Listen, you can holler at Ibrahim.
I just need a cover.
You know Ibrahim can do it.
You don't need a story.
Don't need the story at all. We just need the cover.
Like, you know how you have like the little like call outs to the story on the cover? Like a little hint to the plot?
Yeah. That's it. Nah, we got to holler at Ibrahim. He can do that. He'll kill it.
Yo, right. Lil Uzi with the Bull Stone. Oh, man.
Never going to get old.
That's fucking crazy.
Ever.
Never going to get old. All right, we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
White Walker perpetuated offenses are considered especially heinous. In Westeros, 4 dedicated friends investigate and discuss these vicious episodes as members of an elite squad known as A Podcast Has No Name.
I'm Ambush.
I'm Morgan.
And I'm Sean.
And you are listening to A Podcast Has No Name. And today we are recapping the first 4 episodes of Disney Plus and Marvel's WandaVision.
Hey.
So you may be wondering, where's Castro? Where's Afro? And you shouldn't wonder that, because sometimes it's all 4 of us. Sometimes it's one of us with a guest. Sometimes it's 2 of us with a guest, or multiple guests. Today we have the Philly uniting in Portland with Ambush and Sean.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about the first 4 episodes leading up to, getting ready for episode 5. And we'll do the 5 through what?
I think it's 5 more episodes. I think they're going 9. I believe
9. Yeah.
5 through 9.
So we'll do another one of those when it's time to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome, Sean. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm new to this like Marvel game. I grew up not reading the comic books because I got dollar store comic books by Image.
Oh,
I didn't get Marvel comics.
Oh, nice.
So this is all kind of new to me. I noticed characters from the cartoons. a little bit, and I know the names, but yeah, I'm kind of a newbie to it, so I'm a fan, and I'm like so not critical. So pretty much whatever they do is great by me. It's a really nice place to be.
That's tight.
I love it.
Where are you as far as like the MCU and the movies and the TV shows? Like, are you like caught up on the films at least?
I've watched every movie at least 3 times, and for some, like Ragnarok, and for some of my favorites, Civil War. It's probably closer to like 20 times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm in there. I watched the recap videos and the Easter eggs and like all the YouTube stuff and all of that. Like, yeah, so
you're immersed is what you're saying.
A little bit less in origin, but like I know what's going on right now.
And that's what
counts. So okay. So you're immersed in the MCU, which I think is where I would land as well. Like I definitely didn't read the comics growing up the way that Ambush did.
That's the new flex though. It's like DJs collecting records is cool, but now if you don't have the comic books, it's like if you don't have 45s. It's like, are you really
are you like a DJ? Yes.
It gets into the deep end very quickly.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. So he gets to be the biggest nerd now, and everybody wants to be his level of nerd. I get it.
And the crazy part about it is because I wasn't like consistently reading and collecting throughout the years, I'd stop and start again and do all of that, take little pauses. There's still that level of nerddom where people are like, well, did you read this issue number and on this page? Slow down, bucko. Slow down. Okay. Just chill out a little bit. We're talking about MCU here. We're talking about what's happening in the cinematic universe. Chill out.
Why are you talking to me about this?
Yeah.
It's source material, not canon. Right? So it's like...
There you go. Yeah.
Let's see if we can remember to use that later. Because that's it.
Yes.
So we're going to discuss WandaVision episodes 1 through 4. The overall synopsis for WandaVision is WandaVision blends the style of classic sitcoms with the MCU, in which Wanda Maximoff and Vision, 2 superpowered beings living their ideal suburban lives, begin to suspect that everything is not as it seems. So if we want to do a little quick first impression of or reaction you have to what you've seen so far, and I mean quick, like 5 words or less, like what's your immediate reaction to what you've seen in 4 episodes? Ambush, you're first.
What I expected.
Incredible.
Yeah, what I expected.
Sean.
And if I were to put the last word on that sentence, it would be incredible. Yes, what I expected. Period. Incredible. There you go. Thank you for adding to my statement.
Right at the word count. Nice.
The rule follower today.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, my 5 words would be I don't trust y'all. Like, it's too many little tricky jump cuts. It's too many little weird quirky things, and I don't trust like we're not getting the full story, and like there's something being hidden in plain sight. And I don't trust Marvel in the sense that there's going to be more curveballs, and like I can't even relax while watching this. I'm like afraid I'm going to see Dead Vision again in the next frame.
I mean,
like, so I'm just kind of on edge, and I'm suspicious of everybody and everything the whole time watching it. So I love it. It's great.
What you got, MJ?
Mine is 6 words.
You took one. I loaned you one.
You loaned it. Yes. Thank you.
And you also gave me one. So you got space for 7, actually.
No, because you added to yours. If you'll remember, you added.
But it was from you. You gifted me the word.
Anyway, my reaction. My reaction is, do y'all know what she can do? Like, I feel like like, so there's been all these mixed reactions of like, I don't know how to feel about this show. And each time I'm just thinking like, do y'all know what she can do?
Right.
Like, I feel like you don't know that she's one of obviously the most powerful mutants that's ever been.
Right. Ever been. Right.
Yeah. Like there's no way they can go wrong to me in telling this story, and especially the way that they've started it. So we got our reactions, immediate reactions. Yeah, I think I remember everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
It'll matter for later, I think. Okay, so we have just let's do a quick little summary of each major character. We're not going to go through every single neighbor or anything like that, but we've got Wanda, who is one of the most powerful mutants, if not the most powerful mutant.
One of. Yep.
Powerful, yes, right. From what I understand, though, it's certain characters that have better control of their power, and like they may be less powerful, but essentially more effective because they can kind of direct things a little bit better.
Yeah. If we were to go straight MCU as it is right now, she's the most powerful mutant, undisputed. Period.
But
not counting no book stuff, strictly MCU.
But it's interesting that you use the word mutant.
Yep. Yes.
Well, because it's where she comes from.
Right. And because there aren't any other mutants identified yet.
Right. But I wouldn't even say identified, but
yeah, they lurking.
Right. It's a lot of M's floating around, and and that doesn't. Yeah, there's a few people with M names.
Which goes back to what you said, Marvel. I don't trust you. I can't trust
exactly.
you.
That's exactly what I was.
Can't trust you.
Cannot be trusted.
No, can't be trusted at all.
So Wanda, one of the most powerful mutants, Vision, who we know as an android from Avengers, from Ultron. Wait, is he coming Ultron?
Yeah, he was birthed in Ultron.
Sorry, this is when all of it gets a little fuzzy for me. Like I know all of these things, but the time
because you heard his voice before, right?
Right, he was Jarvis all this time.
And so that's
yeah,
it definitely messes me up. Vision,
presently dead.
Presently dead in the.
I object.
In what regard?
Because it looks like we're in a pocket reality.
Right.
Well,
right.
Indeed.
But a pocket reality is reality inside of that pocket.
Sure.
You're not wrong.
He is alive.
In Westview.
In that reality. But that's just as if you had an alternate universe and he's alive in one and dead in one, he's dead with an asterisk, right?
So it's an alternate reality, but it's still in the same universe. So technically,
we don't know that.
He's reanimated.
No, we do.
We don't know that. What? Is it in the same universe?
Yeah, when he gets
this last episode, I think definitely nails it to the wall that this is the same universe and the same timeline.
Yes, but I say that in the sense not to get too spacey, but it's like when you enter the quantum realm, right? Are you in the same universe?
Depends.
You cheated. No, you're not.
Okay, right? So I'm looking at it like just like you can be in this like universe and get to another one. Like I'm not. I don't trust anything. I'm like I'm like Marvel conspiracy theory man. I don't believe anything that I'm seeing. So I don't even know if this is the same universe.
Okay, fair enough. But I do.
The Arrow and Flash might come out. I don't know what's happening.
Is that Harley Quinn? What is going on in here?
Wait a minute.
Kevin
Wait, did you see the bat in the corner? That's her bat from Suicide Squad. If you turn it upside down, Louisville Slugger says LLC. Like,
wow.
Oh man.
Okay, we're not going to argue too much, but I think that what you're saying is valid.
Yeah.
You're unsure. We'll put some question marks next to that. Well, for certain, we'll do the asterisk. He's dead with an asterisk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We feel good with that. Okay.
I'll take it because it's confusing.
It's murky.
Yeah. It's Marvel.
Intentionally murky.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
So then we have Agnes, who is. Ambush, I'll ask you to add on to her character, but we meet her as if she is just a nosy, friendly neighbor.
Right.
Who shows up at all the right or wrong times.
Right.
And also just you can tell she knows more than any other neighbor.
Yeah.
Any other supporting cast. She seems to be saying things, knowing things, seeing things that nobody else should understand yet.
Yeah. Agnes is trouble. Yeah, so the speculation is that she's actually Agatha Harkness, who is a character from Doctor Strange books and also some Avengers books. And she flip-flops depending on the situation of whether she's an evil character or whether she's helpful. Whatever benefits her
That's how
the
she
most.
seems here.
Right. And the way that she has, kind of helped Wanda stay in this little pocket reality and trying to keep her on task of having the kids and just, focused on that. Yeah, you got to wonder. I'm looking forward to whatever episode number it is when we're going to show how all of this unfolded and what part Agnes played in it. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, got to keep an eye on her. Plus, that's just Bay. That's just Bay from the goods. It's Babs.
Babs.
She's an incredible actress. I can't think of things that she's in that like are bad.
Right. Yeah.
No, she's great.
She kills it.
Monica Rambeau / Geraldine. There's a lot here.
It was a lot with going with Geraldine.
Yes.
Like Wanda,
what you trying to say?
Yeah.
Y'all wild. That did not cross my mind. Y'all wild. Wanda, that's what you named it?
Wanda is wild.
Yeah, Wanda's wild.
Yeah, you look like a Geraldine. Like, relax. It's the 2000s. Like, come on.
Absolutely relax. Why don't you chill out, Wanda?
Chill out.
Yeah.
So
Chill out,
Monica is do we just say it? I mean, like, Ambush, who is Monica?
I was going to say, I mean, she's the next Captain Marvel. B, this is Photon. This is Monica Rambeau. Yeah, it's about to go down. There's speculation that when she got pushed back out of the pocket reality, maybe at that point she got her powers. I wouldn't want that to happen. I would want her to have a more developed story of how she gets her powers.
I mean, I'll say this. I wouldn't hate that if that was how they adapted it. But I think they've already started investing in her backstory too much to not give us a worthy story there.
Facts. Yeah.
I think they told us, I don't know, I might be wrong, but my guess on how she got her powers is actually related to her mother's cancer. I think her mother going on space missions, some genetic mutation, because she may have been going on these, because we don't know, time-wise what's been going on. Like, there may be just something there with like, I guess she wasn't going to space before Monica was born, so it gets a little tricky. Or maybe they'll like retcon it and shoehorn that in. But
yeah,
there might be something there.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point.
I like it.
Good point. Yeah.
It would definitely play for me too if they went that route. I wouldn't be mad at it at all if that was the way that they decided to go. I think it's a humongous deal that they're bringing in and making space already in the WandaVision universe or series when we already have a certain Captain Marvel and we know we got the inkling of who the next Captain Marvel would be from that. But the fact that they're still going, I think, in a story that I don't know that you definitely need to, because I don't know this story. I don't know if they have to do this, but I think that it's a really dope way to weave it through. And especially when we know that there's already like a Captain Marvel 2 that's going to come out. Like, I can't wait to see what that means, what's happening over here, what that will mean for that, if it means anything at all. So yeah, I think it's real interesting how they've used Monica / Geraldine.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they don't have to. she's not integral to this story. This isn't canon. They're like in the books. Wanda reduces the amount of mutants. She doesn't create the mutants.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, yeah, they're pulling from a bunch of different stories and flipping it, and to be able to pull Monica into this and give her, some traction here is dope. Yeah.
And then we've got Darcy Lewis, who is from Thor. If everybody is like, I wonder where I know her from.
You know her from the greater Philadelphia area. Hey.
You also know her from the greater Philadelphia area. But Darcy, the first couple of episodes, we find out she's the person that is watching. We find that out in the third episode that she's the one who's watching Wandavision. And we, in the fourth episode, get to find out how she figured all of that out. That's super dope. And then her partner in crime in this world is Jimmy Woo.
Good old Jimmy Woo.
Darcy works for Sword. Does she work for Sword?
Or no, I think she's just contracted. She's just contracted.
She's just contracting. Okay. Yeah. She doesn't work for Sword, but Jimmy Woo works for the FBI.
Right.
And she's just a astrophysicist for hire, apparently.
And she's
anybody who ever needs to hire an astrophysicist.
Right.
You can just get one.
Completely normal. Yeah. Completely normal. Yeah.
She made a point to remind people. No, I'm doctor. I've done.
Yeah, I did all my things. You better call me Dr. Jones too. Like, no.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dr. Darcy is legit.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
I was especially excited to see Jimmy. Earlier that day when the episode dropped, me and the girls watched Ant-Man 2, and that was their introduction to him as a character in the MCU. They know him from Fresh Off the Boat. But to see him, in this episode, and of course, now that he's worked on his close-up magic and the way he presented his card, like, that was just hilarious. Like, it means that much to me, guys. I got to get this down. I got to get this, and now that I have it down, this is what I'm doing.
Yes. I got it.
Like, did she really need your card, Jimmy? Did you? You just wanted to take the opportunity. I get it.
He's the MCU's #1 youth pastor and #2 magician, right? Like, a pretty good resume.
Right.
It's a solid resume.
Right.
Or it's a pedophile. One of the two. I'm sure.
The recipe is there.
Yes, he's an unsub hiding in plain sight. He is. And I never would have thought about that if you did not call him a pedophile just now. You are correct.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So that's our band. That's our major characters. We've got tons of outlying characters. We've got neighbors. We've got people that support Westview, New Jersey. And then there's people that live in Eastview, New Jersey.
You talking about Wanda and stuff starts moving.
Listen.
Really what it is that Ambush said something about Base God earlier. And now things are happening in my house that are unexplained. And I just want, for the record, if I die tonight, we know what happened.
Look, make yourself a bowl of wonton soup. Tap the top of the bowl 3 times. Say thank you, Base God, and like you're good.
Back on board.
I was gonna ask, how do we break the curse? Okay, but now I know. Thank you.
I don't know. Well, that's my best guess.
He's throwing spaghetti at the wall, and here I am. I'm gonna do it because I don't want to die tonight, and not in this little particular space. I don't.
Not like this.
Not like this. I ain't seen my parents in a couple of days. I
ain't ready to go.
I ain't ready. Not like this.
Chill, Base God. Chill.
And for it to all end up being your fault, that's gonna.
Hey.
Let me write a couple notes. I'm gonna take a pause.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna give the quick summary of the first episode, and then I want to grab your guys' quick recap on that episode. Episode number 1 was filmed before a live studio audience. Wanda and Vision struggle to conceal their powers during dinner with Vision's boss and his wife.
Man.
Can I just say really quickly that Vision's boss's wife being the mom from that 70s show just like melted my heart, and I was so happy to see her back on screen. Like,
yeah, definitely.
And she
came back outside for some Marvel money. I respect
it.
Like, I'll do it.
You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't have anything else to do. I'll do it.
Right.
She's stuck in the house like the rest of us. She was like, all right, let's do it.
She's like, they keep pushing back this reunion. All right, fine. Let's just do the Marvel. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah, she's great on screen. I love her.
She was effective in being scary in this episode.
Bruh.
Yeah, that and the camera work and everything too. Like, yeah,
that was some Hitchcock camera work on this. On the rewatch, the element of horror really like jumped out, because I think the first time I watched it, it was still just, you know, the fact that we're watching it in this format. It's black and white. You understand that it's homage to that time period, and you're still soaking all of that up. And it was an uncomfortable moment the first time around, but the second time around, after, you know, the overall element of the show, you know, I understand where I am and what I'm doing watching this. That particular moment when she just kept saying, you know, stop it, and then stopped looking at her husband and looked directly at Wanda and was damn near in tears asking her to stop it. And I'm just like, oh, this is wild.
Wanda's in sicko mode from episode 1. I was like, I thought she was going to play nice at first.
You're muted.
Me?
MJ.
Oh.
So weird.
There you go.
I'm muted down here. Sorry. Okay. No, but yes, like sicko mode from the jump. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
That whole scene took me to is this supposed to be a scary show? Like, is this be a scary show? Is this a scary show?
Right. Should I be watching this with the kids?
Right. Like maybe not. That scene was
I turned the lights back on.
It's like, Wanda ain't finna get me.
Right.
Nah.
I was shocked.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm glad they delivered it that way and took the opportunity to show that they could go down that path with, you know, a scare and some horror, because all the conversations that they've been having about Doctor Strange is that it's supposed to be lightweight horror, and it's like, can y'all deliver horror in the MCU? I don't know. Well, we just found out.
Well, so from what I understand, that was the original plan for, if not Doctor Strange, the first one, for the sequel.
The Mouth of Madness is definitely.
Yeah, it's to have a horror angle to it.
Yeah.
And so it really, like, the MCU is just trying to take over every form of, like, every genre of film, right?
Right.
And so it makes sense to check off that box too. And I think they could have waited. There are other scary characters too, but by doing it with someone who kind of came in, in a position of like not even at the forefront of the story,
right?
To where now she's the most dangerous character, period. And it really kind of her Darth Vader sort of like Anakin Darth Vader sort of transition.
Yes,
I think that's a smart move to bridge like the phases.
Yeah. And I would love to see, I would love for her to hang out in this dark space a little bit longer. I think, depending on how they conclude the season, you know, her being able, because I mean, the plot device is for her to have these kids, right? They want to introduce these kids in the MCU. They want to do the Young Avengers and all of that.
Right.
I don't know if Vision survives this, but to be able to keep her in this dark place, or at least show us this early on that she can go there. She can go there. It can happen. Don't let it happen to you. It can happen to you. Like,
and I think it would be. I actually think her story is going to come to an end pretty quickly.
Okay.
Because she's getting like she's already too powerful and demonstrating too much. Where like I don't think that she's even going to be like Doctor Strange is going to step in.
He has to.
Her dad is going to step in.
Yeah.
Somebody or some people or groups or like this can't keep going on. This is too much of a threat, and so it's like that threat is going to be eliminated. And Marvel ain't trying to keep paying these people, like the veteran actors.
Yeah.
Even the whole like Monica Rambeau being phased in is they get Brie Larson out of there. Like, all right, contract, next contract, all right, cool. Yeah. Like, thank you for your service. Like,
right.
It's that first deal money, and I don't think they want to re-up with these people. They don't want what happened to them by Robert Downey Jr. That's never happening again, other than Tom Holland. They can only handle one of those on the budget.
It's a wrap. But then we got Thor too.
No,
you know
Thor's
what I'm saying?
Out of here.
You think he's
Thor's
out of here?
Yeah, he's out of here. You got Thor in the next Thor: Love and Thunder and Guardians, and you won't see him again.
Ooh. All right.
I think. I mean, no one else has 4 movies like that. Like he had the cameos in other movies. Like Hemsworth is fire, but like I don't know if maybe the money works. I'm a sports fan, right? So I'm thinking salary cap.
Right.
Like it's only but so many max contract slots on a roster.
Yeah.
And like Peter Parker just took Robert Downey Jr. Now that payday might not have been as big, but it's that sort of slot. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
You still got Chris Evans on board, like, and I think he has a long future. It's not, I don't think his story's over, but yeah, I think the things around, like the business is going to affect the story in that sense, where they can use Wanda's full arc, and use that to transition to the next crop of stars, because it's not going to be the older Avengers who save us next time.
No,
it's going to be the kids.
Yeah,
they have to give us a reason to care about them.
It's going to be the kids and possibly West Coast Avengers. I think that the opportunity to establish them is definitely coming up. But we got a couple other like big things happening. They're talking about Secret Invasion. There are some storylines coming up where we will need Wanda. Like her powers are going to be necessary. So, but I agree with you. I mean, there's going to be a period when she has to get benched from this. She has to get benched. Yeah.
Or bring in a Doom level threat.
Yeah.
But there has to be. She can't just be in charge, like just the only superpower on the block. There's going to have to be a challenger, or she's going to have to be eliminated.
Yeah. So, I mean, from what we understand, she is part of the plot. Like, she's a major player in the second Doctor Strange film, too. So maybe, maybe that plays out, over there, whatever's going to happen with her.
Strange is going to freak her out with some glass and butterflies. And, like, he's going to go full, like...
Right, that sling ring on.
Yeah, that sling ring is putting in some work. Like, Strange is going to have a headache that day. Wanda's not with the cute stuff.
No.
She's just going to do her little, like, finger dance and, like...
she's not.
Red smoke you to death, but, like... She had Thanos in a headlock. She gave him a wedgie.
Bruh.
She definitely did. Swirlied the mess out of that dude.
She really is like an immigrant mother, because when that accent comes out, she's not playing.
None.
Like,
None.
It's for real. And so you see that in this series, when she's upset, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
It's a wrap.
Everybody lace up your boots at that moment. You hear the accent? Oh, okay, all right.
I mean,
gotta go.
You want? I give Vision back to you. I don't
just pack the piano up and just out of here.
Pack the piano.
Yeah, gotta go.
Nah, I don't want that.
So, episode 2, Don't Touch That Dial. In an effort to fit in, Wanda and Vision perform a magic act in their community talent show.
Man, I loved this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that whole episode. I mean, I didn't say this in the first episode, but I'll say it really quickly that I love the time travel that we're doing each episode, and that whole like drunken magic shtick was so good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, I laughed at him being drunk off a gum for I don't know a solid 2 days after. Like, I just.
But it makes sense. You know, it gets stuck in his gears, and
yes,
you know,
it was perfect. I was, I mean, literally cracking up about it multiple days after. So yeah, back to it. The magic.
It's I think they're doing a good job of incorporating like tropes of those classic TV shows, even the camera angles and stuff, but they're still giving you like I think as much as we recognize the themes of the specific television shows, I think they've also woven in themes of horror of that era. Like, just like you were saying, like Alfred Hitchcock sort of energy in episode 1.
Yeah.
There's still a horror take here, but it's not quite the same feel. Like, I think they're just being film nerds with us and just like packing it with references on kind of all sides of like the sitcom side and the horror side. And that's just like, I appreciate it.
Agreed. The end of that episode when the sword agent comes out of the sewer, like that was like a scene from The Exorcist, the way they lit that lighting, and you know, like it was okay, all right. And you were fearful. You're like, what is about to happen right now?
Yeah, and like, what does the beekeeper mean?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, with the bees around him, like, you know, you just came out of the sewer, and bees aren't really in the sewer.
Right.
Right.
And then as you're figuring everything out, as you're still trying to figure everything out, Wanda's just like, no. Oh.
Bruh.
Oh. No. Okay. No.
The way that she changes reality so fast is and is just like, absolutely not. You don't get to be in here.
Nah.
Oh. Oh, you mean it. Like there's
she has like big mean girlfriend energy. Like, oof.
Is that what that is?
You heard what I said. You heard what I said. No. What do we?
Yeah.
No.
Why are we still talking about it?
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this real quick, because you mentioned the editing, and Darcy mentioned that someone is censoring the content. It's like we're watching it from the inside, they're watching from the outside.
Yeah.
Do you think that the edit she's making is because we watch it play out, we watch her do the rewinding and all of that stuff, and that's not what they get on the outside. And Darcy made a point to say someone is censoring. Do you think that someone else is actually censoring what they're getting on the outside, or is that just the effect? That's the way it looks from what Wanda's doing on the inside.
Well, to go back to what Sean said, I don't trust anything. If you ask me that question, my immediate thought, like while you were asking it, was that someone is Wanda to me. Like, I think that Wanda is shaping everybody's perception of reality. So to me, it would be Wanda that is the one that is making them see what it is they see, even though Wanda's unclear that they're watching her show play out.
Right.
And someone may be pushing Wanda in this direction. I think Wanda's in charge of what's happening.
Yeah.
But she's being steered, clearly.
She has a director.
And I think her ability to manipulate reality is strong enough to where she can be an actress and essentially the director. You know what I mean? And I think, like, just imagine when a kid is playing make-believe. Yeah, they're, doing their own thing, but they're also controlling the entire stage, right? They're controlling the show. They'll tell you, no. Okay, like, if you're playing make-believe with a kid, they'll ask you a question, you answer, and they'll say, no, answer like this.
Yes. Yeah, that's not how it is here.
Like,
right.
She's throwing a temper tantrum.
Right.
You can't do this is what a 2-year-old tells you when you don't eat the plastic banana.
Right.
Like, yeah, we're in her playset.
Yeah, I like when I look at those edits or how we were talking about it in the way of like a jump cut. But when I look at that's one of her powers right there. Is we're gonna skip right over that. That didn't even just happen.
What just happened?
What just happened? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Like that is Wanda to me, because that's speaks to how big her powers are, that she can literally stare at you and all of a sudden Monica's outside and she's lying to Vision. Like, we ain't lied to Vision this whole time, and now she lying to Vision. He looked dead. Everything's wrong.
I'm starting to feel like Wanda might have been a bad girlfriend.
What'd you say?
Wanda might have been a bad girlfriend.
Wanda's not a cool mate right now. Like, there's
like, I mean, Vision is naive. Like, she takes this virgin android and corrupts his mind. Like, I don't know what's going on.
And how did they have human babies in a day?
Well, I think human is subjective, but
I mean, yes,
human looking,
human looking,
yeah.
But I mean, if you have a baby, if you have 2 babies with an android, I feel like,
the kids aren't his, which I think is. Without
I was speaking to the point of maybe she's a bad girlfriend.
Okay. I'm just saying, you know, unless there's an explanation, then it makes sense. I think it's fair to be skeptical of Wanda's fidelity. Right? Like,
that's all.
If they can do it to Mary, they can do it to Wanda.
Listen, and yes.
I don't know.
If you're listening to this episode, we're done. That was it.
Y'all have to.
They can do it to Mary. They can do it to Wanda.
I didn't see a drop of red, you know, digital skin on the baby. I don't know.
Out of nothing. Wasn't no
Uzi bird diamond. Nothing. Yeah, just a little.
I wasn't no Uzi bird diamond.
Nothing. There was no Infinity Stone, no Bull Stone, no nothing.
Stone.
You got questions. Wanda better answer. She better come with the answers.
No, she'll change reality when Vision start asking questions. That's
no, but we have to find out at some point who them babies by. Like, you gonna have to tell us.
Not if it's up to her.
Take it to the grave.
You're right. Gonna make us forget out here.
If we stick with her in the bad girlfriend narrative, she'll definitely keep that with her to the grave. Like, those are definitely android babies.
Yeah.
Until someone can prove that they're not, and then she's gonna be like, "Well, I know what I did."
Right.
No. Then it's no more mutants.
Dead, so we can't ask.
Oh, then there's no more mutants.
then it's no more mutants. Like,
that's how it happens.
Yeah. All right. No.
Y'all ask all these questions.
I don't like it at all.
No.
Since y'all won't let it go, no more mutants.
We took it way off of the episode topic. Sorry.
Did we? I think this is. Look, there's subtext here. I don't know.
There's definitely subtext, but we were talking about the magic episode.
Yeah.
And
we jumped into
then we jumped into 3 and 4 is all I was saying. Like,
right.
That's all. So we'll go to episode 3 real quick. Now in color. Wanda's pregnancy fritzes her powers as she and Vision prepare for an accelerated delivery. And by accelerated, they mean she was pregnant at the end of episode 2.
Right.
And she had babies, plural, at the end of episode 3.
Bruh.
And I remember when she was like, was she showing in the second episode at the end?
At the end,
I was like, I was like, how is she going to explain that to the neighbors that she's, and then the beginning of the 3rd episode, she's a full 9 months pregnant.
Easily.
Just a house, as they say.
Yes.
Because she had 2 babies in there.
And the rate of pregnancy too was like increasing exponentially, and that like people are already scared to have kids, and so when the car just keeps accelerating, like hold on, wait,
slow down.
Yeah, like
We there.
Those babies went from like a lemon to a pineapple in like 7 minutes.
No, they have to be toddlers in this coming episode that already have powers. Like, just to keep it at the acceleration. They definitely need to show us them pushing stuff all around their living room, you know?
Bruh.
They can walk and talk now. They better be able to. They're born.
They're paying taxes next week.
Exactly.
Facts.
You don't work yet? Like, what's your problem? We're getting in line with Dad.
You rush to get out here. You better rush down to go get your permit. You want to be out here so fast.
Mom, you can just create a job for me. Like, just I don't understand.
Facts.
Yeah. Something to do every day.
Facts.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so she definitely had some glitches with the powers while she was preparing for full delivery. This is also where we get the vision of her seeing a stork walk around.
Favorite.
It was so good.
That was so awesome.
It was so good.
That was great. Straight sitcom.
Getting closer to her, you know, as she's about to deliver, and then when it went into the nursery and then like stood in position. That's so great.
That was awesome.
So great. Okay, episode 4. We interrupt.
Oh wait. Can we talk about how episode 3 ended with Vision outside having the conversation?
Yes.
With Agnes and the neighbor. I can't remember Bull's name.
Herb.
He looked like a Herb.
Full Herb.
Yeah.
True to form. But yeah, like that was a great preparation for the next episode where we're in the real world. But just like that little fourth wall break, it was like, and Agnes was panicked. She was like, if you don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut that down. What is you talking about? Like, no.
It's interesting to see Marvel using so much like black mom behavior. Maybe this is like more universal than I thought. Some of these like talking through your teeth and some of these little things, I thought they were just like kind of exclusive culturally.
Right.
Just expanding my worldview.
I can tell you that I have a white mother who talks directly through her teeth.
Facts.
Wow.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right. Good to know.
But none of her sisters do. So you know, there's something that
outlier.
But yeah, she talks right through those teeth. Just
yeah.
Well, also too, you said the fourth wall break, and like that made me think about the ending of the episode because Monica literally went through 4 walls.
Hello.
And I was like, okay, y'all look cute. Like I get that.
That was dope.
And like the ease in which Miss Wanda pushed her out made me question, did she draw her in? I know she like, you know, put her fingers on the jello when she was like, you know, checking it out. But that wasn't a situation where she just like walked and eased into the pocket reality. Yeah,
she got sucked in.
Right. And so it's like, whose intention was that?
Yeah.
Was someone in control of like, like, because then how is it that easy to escape?
We know it's not.
So there's some sort of imbalance and like ease of entry versus ease in escaping that has me still suspicious of everyone and everything.
Yeah, you're right. She was definitely let in. She was drawn in. Yeah. And then of course,
I don't even know about let. I like she looked like she was sucked in.
Pulled,
pulled into that. And I don't know that a lot is happening there by accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the dude coming through the sewer was not supposed to get through in her reality, right? But like,
his jump rope got cut.
Yo.
Right.
I said, wow, I haven't seen one of those jump ropes in a long time. Like, they still make those?
They brought it all the way back.
They definitely got that off. They got that off of Etsy.
Had to.
Definitely.
Had to. Yeah, that was wild.
That was in somebody's garage.
Yeah. You know that plastic gonna break down.
Come on now.
No, did you guys ever jump rope with those jump ropes?
I heard them.
No, we just use the clotheslines.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I can hear that plastic smack. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't do much with the jump rope like that one. It was the kind of thing that if it hits you, it's a whole different story. And so you just didn't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, once you get
my
hit,
arm just stung when you said right here.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting a welt for sure. You're getting a welt from that guy.
Bruh.
I thought I had the timing for numbers down, but it's like like I got in, I was in, and I got the 1, 2.
Yo.
So time out.
Oh, never mind. I don't think
I play sports, and sports don't hurt like this. I
don't know what y'all doing. On my whole body, it doesn't feel like this.
Yeah, too much.
How did you guys feel about her? How easy it was for her to just lie to Vision at the end of that episode?
Ooh, man.
Like,
she's her daddy's daughter.
Her daddy's daughter.
This is for your own good.
She is definitely on the. We're gonna keep this reality what it's supposed to be.
Period.
I don't know what you're getting at with your weird things over here, but you gonna shut up.
There is such a dating tangent that we're just not going to explore. But Wanda is another mark for bad girlfriend Wanda. I think.
Yeah.
You just can't You can't lie that easily and then also look so sinister while you're doing it, and we just be like, yeah, I mean that seems like the appropriate thing to do, Wanda. Sure.
Vision said, "Can y'all come get me?"
Yo,
his eyes when they sat on the couch.
Yeah,
he blinked for help. I'm checking it for Morse code.
Yeah, he definitely was. He's sending something
right.
The way that he looked the first time when it was just yeah, this isn't right.
And then the weird
I was
smile.
like, oh, he means it. Okay, he knows that something's wrong. And then when he sat on that couch, I was like, oh, yeah, he's signaling. That's a signal.
Well, what makes it so unfair is he. All right, so he's Jarvis, right? So he has the mind of Banner a little bit, right? He got the mind of
Tony
Stark.
Yep.
Both those dudes basically detectives.
Right. All day.
Ultron is Wikipedia.
Exactly.
He's not just smart. He has knowledge and information, so he can process things at a high level, and he has a lot of context.
Yeah.
Just this is not making sense. Wanda's controlling reality, and she's still making mistakes that he can see through.
Right.
He's with her like that. The first episode, she says something about he's like, oh, my wife and her floating plates, and she's like, my husband and his indestructible head.
I was like, wow.
Yeah. First of all, LOL, indestructible head.
Wow. Chill out, Wanda.
Yeah, this is two beings that have incredible powers. This isn't just her, and I guess we could forget that if you don't remember Vision much, or if you're new to this storyline, but he knows a ton, and you can't just get it past the android all the time. You know what I mean? Have we not watched anything? They know everything. What are you doing?
Right.
That's the nature of androids across any. Yes.
I don't forget anything, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Also,
It's impossible for me to do. But
also, he picked up Thor's hammer. Guys, let's try to remember. Let's try to remember.
That's what I'm saying. She corrupted this virgin Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Who came out of the box
Yeah.
He's so naive, and when he came out and saw Thor's cape, he was like, you know what? You look like a hero. I'm gonna grow a cape too.
Get one of them, John.
He didn't even have the ego to be like, all right, cool. You got a cape. I'm gonna get a weird collar. He didn't do something. Well, he did that too, but like, you know what I'm like. That was the old
classic
suit.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, but like he's pure in that sense, and so I'm curious to see if at some point is he corrupted, right? Because if this is not the Vision that we know, if this is her version of a Vision that we know that she needs to manipulate to exist in this pocket reality, are we going to see, some evolution and changes, not necessarily for the good, but just another side of like Vision that we've ever seen? Because he might have to take her out. Because he might be like, oh, I'm not supposed to be here, and I need to eliminate this threat to like figure out what's up.
Yeah, it's a good point.
It's a really good point, and it takes you out of the idea that this is a sitcom. Like it's a good reminder that this isn't a love story,
right?
And that it could very easily be that something like that has to happen. Man, that's a good reminder, because I definitely have been swept up in so many different things along with story, but outside of story, that realization right there really makes me like, oh, right, this is not.
Well, all right. So one thing that kind of took me out that I'm just a little skeptical of is like, Wanda, is it really a dream to wash dishes? Like that's what we doing out here. Like that was a little. I don't know about that one.
When Darcy was like, she washes dishes at least once an episode. Barf. Yeah, I was like, for real. Like,
I'm glad they said something.
Right.
Marvel needed to say something because we over that.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Episode 4. We interrupt this program. Monica Rambeau, tasked with a special assignment regarding sentient weapons, goes missing. So, in the beginning of the episode, and I may have, like, on the rewatch, maybe I missed it or just I'm still trying to figure this out. Jimmy talks about a missing person and refers to a he.
Mm-hmm.
Is this who's the male missing person?
Never say.
Yeah,
okay.
They never say.
They don't say.
Okay.
I think it's Ralph, Agnes's husband.
Cool.
Who else?
So my question was going to be, once we got through episode 4, who is Ralph going to be? Who is Ralph? Because Ambush knows what's happening to your face.
No, you guys are genius. That makes sense. If Ralph is in the witness protection program, that ties back to the Easter egg. So if Ralph is in the witness protection program, like Jimmy Woo mentioned,
I see the smoke coming from
Yo, Sean, you were looking away and his eyes just kept getting bigger, and I was like, can they get
he got KRS-One eyes?
Yeah.
I shun all KRS-One comparisons, but yes.
My raps will destroy you.
Oh my God.
That's the whole thing. That's the whole impression. The whole impression.
You have to chill out.
We love KRS-One.
I was not ready for
I don't anymore. I had to fall back. I don't even play it. I don't play these records. After the band by the defense, I can't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Wandavision, that one, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
but so if Ralph is in the witness protection program, it ties back into Mephisto being a character that S.H.I.E.L.D. went to for assistance earlier on in the MCU. So, yes. So, I know you guys have probably seen it in the Easter egg videos when Nick Fury gives Cap the mission folder, I think in the first Avengers film, and he's flipping through it. This is when Cap was working out in the gym.
Yeah.
And he gives him the mission folder. As Cap flips through it, Mephisto was mentioned as someone they reached out to get information about the Tesseract. So, right. So if he's the one that Jimmy is looking for, and we already know his tie-in with Wanda and these kids, all of that should make sense. That was dope.
So Mephisto is Ralph, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ralph.
Yeah.
Mephisto is Ralph. And if he's that missing person and him and Agnes are part of helping Wanda craft this universe, to this reality, to produce these children that he wants with these powers. Yeah. Oh, man.
Ambush, can you take 2 seconds and explain who Mephisto is if someone is just watching WandaVision and doesn't know the rest of that? Is that a quick thing that you
can... it's easy. Growing up, reading these books, Mephisto was basically understood as the devil, period. He was the devil of our reality in the Marvel Universe. So yeah, he's the big red embodiment of the devil. Every time you see him, he looks exactly the same. The references to him being called Ralph exist outside of Marvel Comics. I think like even in some Stephen King stuff and just literature. Yeah, it's used in a couple of different places. I think they mentioned Lord of the Flies. A couple of different literary works have mentioned Ralph as a name for the devil. So yeah, that was like their big play on it within WandaVision. But yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense if Ralph is the one that Jimmy Woo was sent.
He's been mentioned like 3-4 times and hasn't been seen.
Yep.
We've seen everyone else mentioned essentially. Like of the only people, there might be like 1 or 2 characters of the missing people that they didn't identify as people in the towns. But for the most part, that was only a single mention. You know what I mean? But Ralph's been brought up a few times and we haven't seen him at all.
Yeah,
at least as far as we know.
In episodes, like multiple times in an episode, Ralph gets, my husband Ralph, if he only
No one else mentions her. No one else mentions Ralph but Agnes. Yeah. No one's like, where's your husband Ralph? Like,
right.
No, it's just her constantly bringing him up. The devil's in the details. That's not the only place he is. Like, yeah. Oh man.
So I have to say that I was trying to jump ahead and do some Googling about Mephisto on my own.
Good.
And I saw something that is real confusing for my style of fan.
Okay.
And by that, I mean, again, I know MCU things. And when I think of Evan Peters, I think of Evan Peters as Quicksilver.
From Fox, yeah.
From Fox, yes, but from X-Men,
yes.
And I heard that he was going to be, maybe making an appearance.
Yes, as Uncle Quicksilver. We did
as
hear
Uncle
that.
Quicksilver. But guess what? This tweet says: Mephisto, played by Evan Peters, has just been confirmed for WandaVision, as some concept art for the character has leaked. Can't wait to see him. What?
I mean, you've had MCU characters, you've had actors play multiple MCU characters. The black actress who was like the big bad in Luke Cage, but then was the soldier's mom in Iron Man.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, you know, that has been a thing, or even Chris Evans being Captain Johnny Blaze, right? Wasn't he? Chris Evans was in the Fantastic Four.
He was
Human Torch.
He was a
Human Torch. Johnny Blaze.
He was Human Torch. Yeah, Human Torch.
Too much Wu-Tang.
Yeah. This is a Ghost Rider reference. What's going on? It's all fire though. It's all fire. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. No, it definitely worked. It worked. I just got myself confused. No, you're not wrong. I just that would be weird to me.
No,
but that could also be a thing. That could be a thing where it's like,
no, it could be a thing.
That works.
Okay,
that works really well.
Tell me why it works.
Okay, so because remember, Geraldine, Monica mentions Pietro, and at that moment, the first thing that came to my mind was she brought back Vision. Why wouldn't she just bring back her brother? In doing so, Mephisto could appear as her brother, and she not know it. He's actually Mephisto. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So now, as her brother, he can guide her and like kind of comfort her in this pocket reality. Like, you're doing all the right things. You need me to talk to Vision? He seems a little off. Let me holler. Let me.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
You're doing amazing,
sis. You got it, sis. You're doing great. It even opens the door for her to say, like, you look a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But it's an excellent opportunity. Just using that actor is an excellent opportunity to tie us into the relationship that we already know exists between Magneto, who has not been established in the MCU yet, and this brother and sister and these grandkids. Like, Wanda, you are Magneto's daughter. We just don't have Magneto over here yet. But if we have Pietro represented by someone who is identified already in the Fox universe in the elevator scene, you're my fucking dad. Like, it works it all in together. Oh man, I'm with this. Way to go.
Wild.
Good Googling.
Let's just like throw stuff out there and ambush and put it together.
Yeah, pretty much.
I need
what happened.
Works for me.
That would blow my mind if they did that. Oh, that'd be so good.
Okay, so to sort of wrap up, we can button episode 4 because a few more things happened, right? Like, we see Darcy really put together the whole TV network there for everybody to see. We also see we didn't get a commercial this episode, right?
Right. Because the program has been interrupted. This whole episode. That was tight. I love that. Because they weren't giving us episode titles before. I didn't see the episode titles until the rewatch. At first, it was just episode 1 and 2. In Disney Plus, they didn't give us titles. Yeah, so now that I'm seeing the titles, it's like, oh, well, that's tough. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even mention the ads give you so much. Like,
we're gonna come to the. We're gonna get to that. I just wanted to. I was trying to like do the little rundown in my head. Like, are we missing anything major from that episode? And I think that we are. I'm just trying to find where it is. Because we didn't talk about the blip. They come back from the blip.
The re-blip. Yeah.
So like, at least in my memory, it's Spider-Man that really addresses the blip, right? And then Far From Home.
Yeah. Far From Home. Yeah.
The right. I just wanted to make sure I was saying the right Spider-Man. So for them to reference it in this, I thought was super dope, especially giving us that perspective where she was like, I was only asleep for like 20 minutes. What are you talking about?
Right.
And it's been 3 years, and also how wild it would be 3 years later that you're just on shift at the hospital. And then,
right.
All of a sudden you got COVID numbers because there's all these people in there for no reason and you're overrun. And everybody freaking out. Like, that was wild enough on its own. And my anxiety was on 100,000 because I was like, all these people think they're fine, or you know what I mean, like, or that their people are fine and they're dead, or they're not. Like, I was losing my mind.
No, you have patients reappearing in beds.
Yep.
Excuse me, we charged you when you died.
Because we never got the full
No.
When Hulk snapped, right? We get the gist of what he did because he also told us he tried to bring Natasha back, and so it wasn't as simple as bring everyone back safely, right?
Right.
And so even it makes you wonder when someone controls the gauntlet, how literally are some of these things translated? Is it like a genie? Where it's like where you kind of get a little tricky with the semantics of what you asked for. Because remember, this is the second time we've seen physical harm caused from the blip.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't serious, but in Spider-Man, you got the tube player getting run over.
Yep.
Right. Yep. This time you get a patient or someone in the hallway, and I think that's like an indicator of like just as chaotic as.
They left.
Because remember the helicopter crash because the helicopter pilot disappeared and all that. It was wild coming back too.
Yeah.
So
it was great to be able to see that though, because we never got that played out. People returning, what that looked like.
Yep.
And that them colliding in the hallway was a great reminder, and little micro version of what's actually happening outside, what's happening in the street, what's happening at train tracks. Like, some people blip right back and died, real death.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's a perfect way to segue into those commercials, because how about those commercials? First of all, that first episode where we're still in black and white, and then we get the black and white commercial that is all about the
toaster.
The toaster, and making today's housewife so happy that she can, make toast for her man now.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Super brilliant. Like, first off, I didn't on the rewatch. I'm watching and paying attention to the commercial again. I'm like, wait a minute, that bottom compartment is for heating pieces of pie. I'd like this toaster. I looked at Kaylin. And I was like, you know what? If they made this toaster today, if Marvel released this toaster today, people would buy it. And she's like,
I buy a Stark brand toaster.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, Stark Industries toaster. Yeah.
They're yeah, they know it. They know.
Oh no, it's coming. Don't worry.
Limited run.
I'm like, what do you mean? This is on its way.
Yeah.
It's on.
And I would want the Hydra. There was a Hydra watch, right?
Yes. How you not gonna get that?
Or the soap and the soap.
Hydra soap and the Strucker watch. Come on, man.
And the Strucker watch.
Give me the Strucker watch, B.
Yeah.
I just love the continuity, like the fact that the commercials fit the era that they're in, and give you it's just a 30 seconds of an Easter egg. There's so many different things for you to pay attention to.
And they're all people or organizations who have done wrong to Wanda, right?
Yeah.
Her losses have come at the hands essentially of these organizations.
And
it's
Stark
like
Industries.
So it's like, even them being used as commercial breaks, I don't look at it as a break as much as I look at it as like an interruption. Like the show is her ideal life. The commercials were interruptions to her life. And I think they're doing a good job of like telling her story through this like super weird format.
Let me ask y'all this. When the first and second episode dropped, a lot of the public response was, what the hell am I watching? And I know for those of us that had been, paying attention, we already know, like, listen, this is the way the MCU works. What you think you don't know. Just pay attention. It's going to be a great payoff, right? So, did you feel a little vindicated when episode 4 dropped and you was like, I told y'all, motherfucker, this shit is wild.
I felt that way from the first episode.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was confused that people were like, what am I watching? I don't get it. Like,
you were like, stop watching it then.
No, I was like, why don't you wait?
Don't watch one trailer and you'll kind of get the indication that like I think people heard the hype once it dropped and then were like, all right, I'm gonna check it out. But I think if you have any sort of knowledge of like, this wasn't a secret that this show was going to be creepy.
Right.
That's fair.
I
don't know.
If you read.
It always weird. It always
weirds
probably when the public
them
has.
Too.
Start that over. No, it weirds me out when the public has these hot takes that they're not even close to warm for the occasion. Like, it's like you're upset and you don't get it, and what am I watching? But you've never seen anything else, so it would make no sense for you to get it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you should know that. Like,
hell of an expectation.
You got to give people a break. It's been a crazy week. We out here like flipping GameStop stocks and still talking about insurrections and like it's kind of, I can kind of understand if somebody was just like, the world is crazier than WandaVision, so let me just turn this on and tune in, and then being like, "What? I don't understand this."
That's more of things I don't understand. What are you doing to me?
The more, like, as I talk it through, it's like, all right, cool, just catch up. Like, just catch up.
That's all I'm saying. Like, just wait. I wish that folks could refrain from needing to have an opinion on something that you shouldn't have an opinion on yet.
Yeah.
Like, so you're confused. You don't have an opinion on if anything yet. I guess your opinion is if you will watch the next episode. You know what I mean? But like, you shouldn't be making judgment calls on something yet if you know it's a story and you've seen half an hour of a story. Like, chill out. 26 minutes. You can't know it all.
This is one of the situations where I'm actually grateful that they're dropping this episode by episode. I'm enjoying how this is playing out. I'm so used to being able to binge it and just have the whole season and just react. But the time it's taking between these episodes and, you know, the amount of dialogue we're able to have in between these episodes as we're trying to figure this out, I really do appreciate it. I do. Yeah, and it's funny to watch people's ideas of the show kind of change from week to week. It's like, oh, now I get it. Cool. I'm glad you joined the rest of us. That's dope. That's dope.
And the more the merrier. Like, I'm gonna watch either way, and Disney is gonna be Disney either way. So it's like, it don't even really matter. But like, yes,
I don't trust Marvel, and I'm still gonna give them my time. I'm still going to give them my money. I'm still going to give them my time.
Oh, yeah.
Does that make it an abusive relationship?
I mean, it sounds like everybody's happy.
They're happy. We're happy.
Yeah, like, I'll give you $6-7 a month and, like, just cash me out. Like, cartoons, just throw it all. What if? You know, give me all the Marvel things.
Yeah,
I'm going back watching the original X-Men cartoon now.
Oh yeah, the fact that that's up is dope.
Yeah.
So then let me ask you this. We sort of talked about it, but you tell me. Do you really need Scarlet Witch's backstory? Do you need Wanda's backstory to enjoy this series?
I would say no. We only need what specifically the MCU has given you. That's it, to enjoy this. And I say that being a comic reader and knowing what I know about Wanda, it's kind of like, for me, especially West Coast Avengers, it was kind of like, you know, over there with Fantastic Four, where it was happening, but it wasn't always as interesting as what was going on with the X-Men and the mutants and even the East Coast Avengers. So yeah, I mean, I feel like the MCU has done a very good job of taking characters from the books that people know weren't exactly huge characters and redeveloping them on screen in the way that they just become beloved. And Guardians of the Galaxy is a perfect example of that. I remember seeing the trailers for it and some of the I'm like, Groot, you're a tree that says I am Groot over and over again. I am like, what y'all about to really fuck up, Marvel. Y'all about to fuck it up. And when that movie was over, I was like, I have never experienced a comic book movie. Like, I've never laughed that much.
Splitting laughter.
Oh my God, that movie was hilarious. And it was like, but why am I laughing so hard in this comic book film? What's happening?
Yeah.
Killed it.
Why am I laughing so hard at someone saying I am Groot?
Right.
Why am I laughing so hard at Vin Diesel?
Yo, at Vin Diesel saying I am Groot. Who'd have thunk it?
Yo, right, and then in Guardians 2, when Rocket's trying to give him the instructions for the bomb, he's, I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. No.
Rocket is actually my favorite Marvel character.
He's amazing.
Fair.
You have to remind yourself that that's Bradley Cooper. You have to remind yourself.
But like Rocket could be from Philly.
Oh, no, Rocket is from Philly because it's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. He's an Eagles fan. Rocket is an Eagles fan. Yeah.
No, he's a Gritty fan. Like, and Gritty hang out.
With the way he steals, he's definitely a
Exactly.
No. I really need I really need that eye.
No, for real this time.
Can I borrow that arm? How much you want for that arm? Like
he's like, oh, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that arm.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
And he's telling me he's going to end up with it.
Right.
Oh, he definitely is.
Right. He might be from Manny Young.
I just want to
like fuck around be from Manny Young.
The Philly Avengers.
Yeah.
You gotta have Rocket in there.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that one of the reasons that allows him to be one of our favorites is he gets that he gets a little edge on everybody else. Like he goes in and does his sound after everybody. So, like Thor has already told you to shut up or whatever. And then he's like, oh yeah, punk. Like,
yeah.
Add all this in, which is so great to me.
You're right.
He does a fantastic job of it. Like, way to take full advantage. I'm really here for that.
Yeah, he killed Paul Rudd. Oh, you want to go to space? Huh? You're excited? Huh?
Like, he let that linger a little longer than I thought he would, too. Like, he was really kind of needling him. And I think he's going to be the centerpiece of Guardians 3.
He should be. He should be.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Run that Philadelphian man his money.
Facts.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Back to it. You don't think that you need to be that familiar with Scarlet Witch's story. I am always the person, I'm a lady that loves some details. So always like, you need to know everything before you watch anything. I'm sorry. What they did do to help if people are just jumping in. They did a series. I don't know if it's called Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
But there's a series like that's on Disney Plus now where it literally is like little 8-minute clips from all the movies of that one character, and it really does give you. If you don't want to like nerd out and watch like 20 movies, you can get like just the full vibe of the character because Wanda and Vision's episodes dropped right before Wandavision dropped.
Yep.
And it was even good for me as a refresher for the early details of Wanda's story, which I just kind of like forgot about, honestly.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't even helping early. You know what I mean? Aside from her starting essentially as like a villain.
Yeah.
But I think they do a good job the way if you watch that, you like Ambush, you said you don't need backstory outside of the MCU. I think if you watch that, you don't have to watch like the full MCU Infinity Saga to know what's up now.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out. I mean, I was looking at it also just from the angle of, say, a Morgan who has not read the comics. She fully gets what the fuck's going on with Scarlet Witch, and like to make a point, like your 5-word synopsis was like, "Do y'all know what she can do?" You know what I'm saying? So for her to have that perspective means the MCU is doing a very good job of explaining how powerful Wanda is. A very good job. And that's what's really important right now. Really, Yeah.
Okay, so we're running short on time, right? So I'm going to ask 2 more questions and then I'm going to ask for a prediction.
Okay.
And it's going to sound pretty corny. The last 2 questions are, what do you really love so far? And if you have any pet peeves, what are they? I know that sounds corny, but it does matter.
What I love so far is the attention to detail that they've given to these period pieces, because I did grow up not watching those shows real time, but I grew up watching those shows as, reruns. So I'm familiar with the content. And as each episode played out, I'm like, this is the Partridge Family. Like, this is crazy. I remember this intro.
Right.
This is Bewitched. Like, wow, I really, really appreciate that. So it gave me something. It's still giving me something to look forward to with each episode as, the decades change. Pet peeve? I'm not sure if I have one yet. Maybe once I hear you guys pet peeves.
How about we go the round of what do we love, and then we'll do the round of pet peeves.
Mm-hmm.
Sean, what do you really love?
I love how they're not just sticking to the expected sort of like pocket reality, what's going on outside of it. Like, they are using a much more interesting way of showing an interaction between the two worlds or the two realities than I thought, and not just even in the sense of special effects, but how like the rope turns into the jump rope, how Monica's sword necklace changes in style, how the drone changes to a helicopter, because in that
they don't have
so it is attention to detail, but it's like, it's not even just the detail. I like the creative choices that they made, that the detail shows.
Yeah.
And how the worlds interact. Even Darcy having to get the old television to be able to tune in once you recognize what kind of signal was coming in. Yeah, I just think they're doing a good job of like adding some interest there on like how that even works. The rules of this transfer or this portal, I don't even know how to, properly describe it. But yeah, that's something interesting outside of even Wanda and Vision.
So you guys said two of the things that I really love. So I'm going to change mine to one that is also true. I love I think there was in Endgame, there's this, people are upset with that like that girl power moment where everybody like comes out and ladies unite, and then they go and fight.
I loved it, by the way.
I know you loved it.
That scene was crazy. I liked it.
People hated it.
Yeah, they did.
And so my question for that group right now would be, do you love anything about the way that they're handling sexism in this show? Because it's a whole lot of really strong women doing a whole lot of real strong women shit, and dudes are just kind of fumbling like, hey, we got to keep up with those ladies over there. How are we going to do it? It's certainly not nearly as heavy-handed as, that Unity moment, but this is
I'm mad at you.
Well, I don't know what else to call it.
No, you're right.
I thought it was
a fight.
I didn't think it was gross, the way that people were like, how dare you put all those women in the same slow shot? Like, I don't know.
I feel like for people that were really, really salty about that, y'all never seen girls jump anybody. Like, you'll never see women squat up. You've never seen women squat up. Like, I've seen that. That's what it looks like. It looks just like that scene. They got the camera angle right and everything. Like, y'all tripping. Like, that's
it was a weird
realistic
thing for me.
Not at Broad and Olney, it's not. That's not. What are you talking about? This might be plagiarism. Y'all are tripping.
Real life, it might be plagiarism.
Outside Girls High? What are you talking about?
But no, like they're addressing a lot. And at least like I've already mentioned that first commercial or interruption where it was like, make your man happy, ladies, with the good toast. And it's like, yeah, even that is there.
Well, remember the doctor had that super sexist comment. He said something like, make it easier for her to understand, like so she could.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Yes, and he was using the fruit as the illustrations, to make it easier for them to relate to. Lord.
Yes.
Oh.
But I need you guys to understand that like someone has definitely talked to me like that before. Like that's the kind of thing that is. Yeah, that's just. Gotta make sure.
Well, by the way, he was unable to leave that reality. I think Wanda's making him pay for that comment. That car broke down when he was heading down to Florida.
Where you ain't going.
Hello.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna make it
deliver these babies.
You're not even gonna make it to Eastview, fam. No.
Right.
Right. No, sir.
So I love the way that they're treating topics that haven't ended, but especially in the time, how they would, little ladies can't be out there working and making money, can you? Got to give all that money to your husband.
I got my pet peeve.
I'm ready.
Episode length. That's it. That's it. I wish the episodes would be a little longer. I do. I don't feel cheated when they're over, but I do wish it would have been longer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Sean?
I think they are at an interesting point to where our feedback is affecting the show. Like, I think they know we love, of course, all the Easter eggs, and we love, crossing over characters and stuff. And I think we may be reaching a point where it kind of starts jumping the shark, and where they go a little heavy-handed with it, because they could have used this great that it's Darcy. Love her character. She was not the only good thing about Thor 2, but one of the few. And
no, I think you had it right the first time.
I'm trying to be nice.
I think that's being charitable. Yes.
Thor 2 is just such a weird.
It's called
energy. It has that's fair. Yeah. It has bad vibes. I'm not a fan of Thor 2.
The title is not in the ether or whatever Thor 2 is.
And the Dark Elves. Come on, guys.
Thor 2 is called Boring Thor.
Yeah. And so that whole thing is cool, but it's you could introduce us to a new character, right? It's so many characters that we're already familiar with that I wish they would have. I don't mind the cameos, but I kind of wish they would give me a little bit more. It's a new story, but give me a few more new characters.
Got you.
In a major position. You it's anchored, and maybe they don't trust the strength of just Wandavision alone sort of carrying the show, and so they give you a lot of familiar faces to make it more compelling. But I would appreciate some new faces that are major characters, honestly. And with the way that they're talking about the surprise cameo at the end,
right?
It probably is that. So I'm just complaining too early.
Right. I was gonna say, I think they're going to give us so much more than we are expecting in the end of it, because I think that there's something you just said made me think of this. I think that TV is new, right? Marvel knows what the darker Marvel content can do on Netflix, right? With Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and Daredevil.
I like how you leave out Iron Fist.
I love it. It's overt shade. I live for it. I'm like, she's not gonna mention him.
No.
Gonna keep going on.
But I have enjoyed the Defenders. Anyway.
Oh, Danny.
Fucking Danny.
That was not it.
You know what, Shaw? You know what was so interesting about watching that series with Morgan? There would be moments when she would have space for Danny because, okay. And then it was like a betrayal within each episode. She'd be like, God damn it, Danny. Just when I'm giving you a little bit.
You just had to be out here being a billionaire white dude, didn't you? You had to do it. Here I was making space for you because you don't have shoes on. My dad started this company. That's my name on the bag. Oh,
yeah, he definitely was like Whack Batman.
Yo, that is his name.
Yeah.
Whack Batman. But I think that there's been this they know what those shows can do, but this is a half an hour show, right? And although that they've developed all of these, and Loki is next, and those so and so is after that, they've got all of this stuff. We aren't used to a half an hour show coming from them, you know. So I think that we should be geared up for the same kind of greatness that we're used to in just a shorter format. You know, like I think that originally I definitely thought Doctor Strange would be the cameo in WandaVision because they need to make that connection. But they don't need to make that connection with Doctor Strange if they make it with Mephisto. And they don't necessarily need a huge cameo to connect to Doctor Strange from this show if they also do it from one of the other ones, you know? So it's like, I think with having all of these shows in play at the same time gives us a whole new world of possibilities. And like Marvel did the same formula for a 12-year span, 10, I don't remember how long it is.
Yeah, 10 years.
However long that span is, they did the same formula and we were super pumped about it every time. It's not like we were like, unbelievable that they didn't add the blah, blah, blah. No, we were like, holy shit, did you see Thanos? Like, you know, so like they can do that same thing. And all they have to do is tweak it just a tiny bit for the TV shows. And we're going to be super pumped about it until they're over, you know, like.
It's not like they're treating this like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., right? This isn't a secondary or this isn't a side hustle.
Yeah, there's the concise way to say what I was trying to say. Yeah. This is what they do, right? This is the product that they do. They're just giving it to us in a different way.
Like the effects, the scale of it feels as big as the movies.
Yeah.
Which they haven't always done with the shows. No. And so they're serious about it. They're not gonna play around with like the cameos and stuff. That's why even like my criticism is just like what I can say right now.
Yeah.
Because we're not all the way through it, but like they would have to really like go out of their way to mess this up.
Agree.
Yeah.
They put themselves in good position where like they could actually play it by the book and it's an A1 like product.
Right. They would have to abandon their own formula to fuck this up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to end with the cameo predictions?
Oh, I kind of stepped on that, didn't I?
We can name names, you know.
Yeah, you name some names. So there was conversation about, you know, how this has to tie into Doctor Strange. So when they started talking about there's going to be this huge cameo, I was like, well, it can't be Doctor Strange because you guys have already said this has to tie into that. So who's it going to be? And the Evan Peters angle is really, really interesting. Mm-hmm. I would like for that to happen. I would like for it to be someone else, though. I wouldn't be mad if that's the cameo, but I think there's an opportunity here to give us a cameo that would really fuck us up and really open up the next phase.
Let me ask you this. If Evan Peters is no longer Quicksilver and he is Mephisto in the MCU because he was Quicksilver in Fox, right? Like they want to keep him, but you're going to be something else. Kind of like what Sean was saying. You can be multiple things over here. If he ends up being Mephisto, is that a good enough replacement for you to lose him as Quicksilver?
No, I wouldn't want to swap that out.
Okay.
I think he's the Quicksilver we deserve. he's proven that.
He's the
Quicksilver we deserve.
It doesn't have to be a swap though.
Yeah, you're right.
I know that. Yeah. I'm just asking because I was just asking the question that way.
Mephisto can be a woman. Mephisto is just a form, right? And so it's like right now he looks like him and shit.
Right.
Wouldn't that work out? Could Mephisto
he
not
could still be the brother?
Be Quicksilver, period? Like, and be her brother, right? Like, couldn't he just take that form?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then in the Doctor Strange movie, Mephisto is Darcy. You know what I mean? Like, however they...
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm. That gives me something to care about.
And I think it plays even into like what we're looking at with like, I think they're like the constant references to magic, of course, but that opens the door and leads us to like illusions, right? And so we're starting to see a recurring theme of people not being who they appear to be, which leads us right into the whole Skrull situation.
Yes.
Mysterio. Yep, you're right. Yep.
Because my cameo is actually Mysterio.
Okay, you think Mysterio's gonna show up?
Yeah,
that would be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be
Mysterio's
crazy. Dead. Oh, but I think that Mysterio he's like Epstein dead.
No, remember, Mysterio died. So this is the WandaVision series takes place before Far From Home.
Wait, but
Far From Home was after was further after
you're right. Blip. Further after the blip back. You're right.
Yeah, it was further after the blip than this series is.
Ooh.
Yes. Well, at least.
And Mysterio said also that he said people, essentially based on what's just happened, people already believe that someone can come from multiple universes and all of this sort of stuff. Like, but we haven't seen why. Like the events, the snap happened, but it's not like everybody was watching the fight in Wakanda necessarily, right?
Right.
Right.
It's like a lot of these things happen. Even the blip happened without people understand. We don't know that people understand how people came back.
Or we're giving they know they came back. Right.
Right. And so if that's the case, those are conditions in which Mysterio would be empowered to like make shit up with technology, but also maybe even involving some level of like powered individuals or evil spirit. Like, I don't know what's going to connect the what,
just
but
Jonah
I think
Jameson, you know.
Anyway, going down there complaining, you know.
Alex Jones is like an evil.
Yeah,
like so I think that would like make sense. That's actually, yeah.
It would work out perfect, actually.
Man.
But yeah, my guess is my fun guess is actually Mysterio. My like logical guess is Magneto.
Okay.
Because if we're going to see the brother, if we're seeing the kids that she wanted, if we're seeing her brother, we're going to see her parents.
Yeah, her real parents.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to get her real parents in the first season. Is my thought.
Well, I would agree with you if this was a normal TV show that's like optimistically planned for like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
I don't think they plan to do this for more than like 2 seasons or maybe
but it's more than one is my thought.
But they might just throw it in there in the last episode and then just be like, what the fuck? And then like, you go to season wrong. 2.
But that works.
Disagree. Because I don't. I just think that could absolutely happen. And I also think that they could hold that until season 2.
Oh yeah.
Because if you gave us any of the people that we've named already, the first season's a huge win.
But she said, Elizabeth Olsen said that the cameo is at the level of Luke Skywalker showing up at the end of Mandalorian.
Right.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Magneto.
So that's why I'm like, but there's another reason why it could be, why Magneto could work with outside of thinking about a second season. The way these shows are planned out, they're meant to interact with the movies as they come out. So whatever is planned for this next slew of films, this first season of Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Ms. Marvel, WandaVision, it all ties into what's happening with the movie phases.
5.
So yeah, and not necessarily by the time we get to a season 2 of WandaVision, we've had a whole phase worth of movies.
Yep.
So it doesn't need to be a cliffhanger that ties the seasons together as much as it ties the phases together.
Right, which is what makes me think they would wait for X-Men because they're waiting for X-Men. But
we have Black Widow coming, which has entry points for X-Men tie-ins. Yes. Like, I think everything is going to have a little X-Men connection to it, and then something big will drop that brings it all together.
So does Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We've already seen, like, in the trailer, some of the places where they pop up cross over into Wolverine's backstory as Patch. So like the Madripoor stuff, I was like, okay, that's Wolverine's. He's here during this time period. This is where he'd be at.
Yep.
So so along the lines of a Magneto, I want the cameo to be someone we haven't seen yet. I want this cameo to be something that just knocks me off my feet and prepares me for this next phase. That's what I would want it to be.
Would it not knock you off your feet if Sir Ian McKellen showed up as Magneto Is that what you're telling me right now?
No. You know what's so here's what's messed up.
Out of your socks?
Here's what's messed up. And I should know better than to have been in this place. But every time you guys mention Magneto, I've been thinking Michael Fassbender. Which
fair, I suppose, but no.
But timeline wise, no.
Yeah,
If Ian McKellen, what?
Yeah,
you better put that sir in his name.
Sir.
That would legitimately knock me off of my feet if Magneto shows up. And again, I'm talking about Dad Magneto, not Michael Fassbender. Like, I'd lose my mind,
bro.
You gotta get you some water, bro.
Yeah.
I would lose my. Oh, it's empty. My liquids are empty up here too, so it's a whole wash. Like, I would lose it.
Do you hear this? Oh my god!
But that I think it's she usually when like I trust the actors, right?
Yeah.
Like they've been pretty, fair with like they haven't been like hyping it up too much, like overhyping it.
She said that, and we can just we don't need to talk about it anymore. Like that, I didn't know she said that. Fam.
That's it.
I have not finished The Mandalorian, and I highly enjoy it already, but I don't know anything outside of regular pop knowledge when it comes to Star Wars. I have not seen any of the Star Wars movies that are
okay.
But I understand that reference, and I understand that
The scale,
I understand the scale of Luke Skywalker coming back at the end of it. Like, yeah, I understand how big of a deal that is, and I'm sorry, that's not Evan Peters.
No, you're right.
I love you, my guy, but that's not what that is. That could be next episode, and we would be pumped about it, and we would still be like, I wonder what the big one is.
Right?
Like, no way.
Right.
Whew, okay.
There's some sort of Fox X-Men crossover. I mean, it works like a Spider-Verse sort of crossover, but I think it's something major.
Yeah, I would live for a Fox X-Men crossover.
Would also. Can I just give you what I want to happen with every single one of these TV shows? I want Deadpool to randomly just show up. He doesn't have to tie anything together. He doesn't have to necessarily I just want him to be there. I want you to show. Why isn't he doing a commercial? I want something.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
But isn't that a Luke Skywalker size cameo?
It actually is too. So Deadpool is a good guess. I like it.
That is a home run, ladies and gentlemen. What?
Yeah, that could work.
Good call. Good call. Oh, wow. Okay. Bets have been placed.
Tomorrow, the new episode drops, and can we, the three of us, commit to doing the recap of however many the rest?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't talk about this like nerdy shit out loud, so this is like really fun. I just watch it and then just like go about my day, and I'm like, there's a lot.
You're retaining a lot of information if you're not talking about it with anybody afterwards. Then that's impressive.
I'm in. Like, I only like really pay attention to like a few things. It's like basketball, currency, MCU, and like things like tend to like stick. Deadass.
Okay. I'm excited for the next one because I think
Max B.
Max B, of course. Yeah. He just dropped a new single with
Gigs.
With Gigs.
Really?
And with a nice merch drop too.
How do I get out?
Did he?
Yeah.
The meeting.
He's got some really dope merch on the site.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know what I need to be doing.
Oh, Ambush, there's a Silver Surfer tee that's right up your alley.
On the site?
Look at that eyebrow. You see that eyebrow?
Yeah.
What?
another KRS-One moment.
Terrible.
Send him the link. Don't mess around. He'll buy it tonight.
She knows me.
Yo, thank you very much, Sean, for joining us.
Thank you for having me. This is so much fun.
You have the coolest friends. It's just so great that I get to hang out with all of these Philadelphians in my little...
I know it's a little much sometimes, but we really appreciate your non-Philly energy. And like...
Hell yeah.
How peaceful and like... Yeah, you make things like go because you just put all Philly people in a room and it can be a little loud.
It can.
I've heard that Clubhouse. It's
yeah. First of all, your dad a rat, like I find myself saying that for no reason throughout the day. I live by myself and I say it.
In my house,
my father didn't snitch. My father didn't snitch.
It's not even about my own dad. I just like to say it out loud.
First of all, you a rat. Like I just. Yeah.
I love it here.
All right.
It's something. It's something.
Thank you for listening to another episode of A Podcast Has No Name. We will make sure to hit you with round 2 as soon as we're able.
Yeah.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Excellent. You're still here. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of A Podcast Has No Name. If this is your first time checking us out, please subscribe. We are available on Google Play, Apple Music, Spotify, and pretty much everywhere else you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Podcast Has No Name. Deuces.
Subscribe, please. Click and comment.